Nursing can be considered a very important job. They provide quality patient care as well as provide medication and other sorts of patient necessities. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, it is known that the nursing occupation is set to increase by 7% up to 16% in the next few years. With all this coming up, how can you become a nurse? How can you become a CNA, an LVN, an RN, and a BSN? There are many options. Let's start from the very beginning. In order to become a nurse, an education is needed. You can gain an education from a vocational school, a college, or a university, or any type of schooling that may get you a nursing degree. Here in the state of Texas, there's many options to choose from that offer nursing school, such as UTRGV. With that being said, how can you get a nursing degree from UTRGV? First, get accepted to UTRGV. In order to get accepted, you must first apply at www.applytexas.org. After you apply, you must submit your ACT or ACT scores, submit your high school transcript, which includes your diploma, class rank, class size, and GPA, your admissions essay, as well as any other college credit hours. After you get accepted, you must take 2 years of pre-nursing courses, have an average of 3.0, and complete 63 hours of pre-nursing courses. In the nursing curriculum, you must take natural sciences, math, language, philosophy and culture, social science, nutrition, creative arts, English, health language, interrogative and experimental learning, and kinesiology. This gives you a total of 63 semester credit hours. Although it may seem complex, just stay focused, study, and stay on track. You can do it. Take it from a nursing graduate from UTRGV, Stephanie Montemayor.
So my name is Stefania Montemayor, and I am a registered nurse from Harlingen Valley Baptist Medical Center, and I work on the PCCU floor, so telemetry. Nurse was always my first option, only because in my family we have a lot of teachers, so that's why I've always wanted to become a nurse. I know I didn't want to leave for college. I wanted to stay here just so I can save up money, and it was between STC and UTRGV. And I know at the time when I entered 2016, and I know STC didn't have they had the nursing program, but their nursing program didn't come with having a bachelor's. So my major was nursing, and you start off with pre-nursing until you get accepted into the program. So when I started UTRGV, it was pre-nursing, and then minor, I didn't have one. I know you can have one, but I didn't have one. You're not required to have one, so I didn't have one. Mm-hmm. My 2-year basics, and then I had to apply for the nursing program. And the nursing program, when I started applying, it was strictly based off of meeting the requirements for the classes. So basically taking all the classes that they required, because like I said, they have their own strict curriculum. So whatever classes they want you to take, you have to have taken them. And also GPA, it was just those two. So basically it was just whether you took the classes and whether you had the GPA when I applied. Right now, which it changed after I got in, it changed to where you have to do a HESI exam. So you now have to take a HESI exam. You now have to still have that GPA. And it's also really even gotten stricter, because now if you retake a class, they even deduct points for that. So you have to, on your first try, you have to get all those good grades. Per semester, just tuition alone was $5,000, and then add another $500 for books each semester. So I got some scholarships, and then I got loans. But if I didn't have that, it would probably be like 40,000 throughout the whole 4 years, and then like another 2-3,000 on like books and stuff. But it wasn't all that pricey. For basics, it's more like getting into the program. Those were like where you had to spend a lot of money on scrubs and then the stethoscope and the books. Basics was not as bad. I did study really hard to get good grades, but it wasn't as rigorous as getting into the program. So like I would say when I was doing basics, I would spend like maybe 2-3 hours studying a day, as to where I got it when I got into the program, I literally felt like I didn't have a life. I honestly didn't have a life. I didn't go out. Once I got into the nursing program, I kid you not, I had an exam every week. You have an exam every week. One week you had pharmacology, and the next week you had fundamentals, the next week you had adult health. So every week you had an exam. So I would study that whole week for that one exam, and then I didn't have a break because I was studying for the next exam. So it's like a really big difference when you go from basics to the nursing program, and only because I feel it's not hard, it's just the time. Like, it's the fact that we only have 2 years for nursing, and nursing is like such a big career. There's so much to learn, and even when you graduate, you're still learning. So it's like a field with so much stuff that they want you to have in your head, and that's because it's school, so it's just the basics. But it's just so much that in 2 years, that's why it's challenging, because it's just a lot of information going in your head. And so yeah, I would say I spent a lot of time in school studying when I was in the nursing program. I didn't have a life. I I would study from I would wake up at 9 to maybe study to 7 in the afternoon, eat for an hour, and then I'd go back to studying. I was just studying constantly. It's just the fact that they put you into that mindset of what are you gonna do, and they really challenges your critical thinking. So that's why all these classes are really hard. You all at once. So for me, the most challenging would be time management, just figuring out okay, I have to give these meds, and then you have to chart as well. Everything you do, you chart in nursing, super important. So it's balancing the medications with providing patient care, also talking to the doctors, what's the plan of care. You also have case management, so it's just a lot that hits you all in the 12-hour shift. But that's how basically it is. It's just you have I feel like everything coming at you at once, and you're just trying to balance it all. But yeah, it's on a daily 12-hour shift, that's what I do. I read about my patients, because there's so much documentation. I try to read as much on the 5 patients as I can up until 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, give out meds, and then from there, that's when I start doing, okay, what do I need to do? What procedures are they going into? What are we doing for them? Are we giving them fluids and all this stuff? So it's just basically after that, I just start doing charting, and then any more meds I have after that, I just go with the flow. Pay, I'm gonna round because it's I make $26.93 an hour, so $27 an hour. That's where I started. Like I said, it depends on the hospital, because I know different hospitals, where my friend works, we're gonna start them off at $22 an hour. It also depends on your floor, what department, because I know if you work in the ICU, you get a $5 bonus to that. It also depends if you work weekends. If you work weekends, they add another $4 per hour, stuff like that. So it just depends. But roughly where I'm starting, it's 27. From your basics to have fun with college, because basics wasn't as rigorous as a nursing program. So I would just say to have fun with your basics, relax a little, enjoy it, because once you get into the program, it's tough. And it's not that it's hard, it's doable. Like that's what a lot of people would say, like, oh my gosh, it's so hard, it's difficult. It's not that, it's just that it's time consuming and it takes a lot. So that, I think that's why they say it's hard. That's what makes it hard, but it's so doable and it's fun. So have fun with it. That's one thing I regretted, because I was always like with school and throughout my basics. And then once I got into the nursing program, I was like, oh, like I should have had fun before getting into the program. So that's what I would say. Just have fun with it, getting into it. And also like, know what it is. Like for me, I really didn't know what it was, because like I said, all my families is really teachers, and I didn't really have that aspect of like nursing. Like what is it, like what really, what am I gonna sacrifice, what am I doing for this job? So it wasn't until the nursing program where I like, wow, I really got to know what it was and what you do. I know like I knew obviously you pass out medications, but like it's way more than that. And it's like a whole like aspect of like holistic care and all that stuff. So just like research it and like figure out what exactly you want to do. What do you expect out of it? And yeah, just have fun with it. And it's fun. It's hard, but it's doable. Don't even stress.